Hello, I'm Nicole from Neon Shed, coming to you from Awabakal land. Today I'm talking about name calling, insults, and put downs. I've seen it happen a lot in the workplace. It starts in jest, then becomes the cultural norm. But what happens to the person at the receiving end of the joke? How did we go from the jovial Not Happy Jan from the Yellow Pages campaign and singing No Gary No to stop our friends from smoking, to insulting people who may not think the same way and calling them Karen in a derogatory manner? What's the objective when someone calls someone else Karen? What are they trying to achieve? Calling people Karen, ignorant, stupid, or an idiot because what they did or said is inconsistent with what you would do or say causes division, hurt, anger, and arguments. Valuing open discussion and allowing your team to share diverse perspectives, make mistakes, and talk openly makes people feel safe, which increases trust and innovation. Shutting down ideas or calling people names for not knowing the information you do will cause people to feel defensive and stop others from sharing their views to avoid this behavior in future. The Dalai Lama recently posted this: clinging to strong feelings of us and them creates problems because such divisions lead to conflict and violence. It's basic human nature to be compassionate. We have a natural sense of we and us. As social animals, we can't survive alone. We depend on the community we live in. We essentially belong to the same family, and we must not sacrifice our basic compassionate nature because of superficial differences. People don't like being told they're wrong. They don't like being corrected. Our team members are often more empowered when they come up with their own ideas rather than being told what to do or how to do it. Calling people names in the workplace can be considered bullying and harassment, and it damages workplace relationships. Put downs don't change people's behavior. Think about it. When was the last time someone insulted you and you said, "Thanks, I'll think about that and change my view or behavior"? It doesn't happen, right? Insults make people defensive and aggressive, while the person insulting comes across as petty and insecure. I've seen this language creep into workplaces and client meetings. I was at a Christmas event recently and overheard a group of people talking about the Karens they had recent dealings with and how the Karens were wrong in their behavior. The thing was, I was sitting with my friend Karen and we could clearly hear them. If you've ever mocked someone like this directly or indirectly, have you stopped to think about how it makes people on the receiving end feel, or how it makes the Karens in our lives feel? I asked a couple of Karens, and I share it in my article. I also asked Gary and Jan to get their perspectives too. Now, what if we came from a place of compassion, understanding, or curiosity? Instead of immediately asserting what we know that contradicts what they know, what if we asked a couple of questions? Like, what makes you say that? Or what do you know that I don't? Can you send me some more information about that? Instead of jumping to conclusions or judgments based on our individual perspectives and knowledge of the situation. Having a joke or laugh about something in the office lightens the mood and makes work more fun, but it should never be at the expense of others. If we disagree with someone, we should aim to respond instead of react. Have an open conversation to understand the different views and give them or yourself space to change your mind. How often have you received new information on a project, a topic, or even a person and changed your perspective? We can disagree and still be respectful. I find many people get into arguments because of insults or because they're trying to convince the other person to change their mind. When I realized that it's not my responsibility to change someone's mind, that I'm responsible for my knowledge and I'm responsible for the way I communicate with others, a weight lifted. Brooke Castillo from the Lifestyle Coach podcast has a great episode called How to Disagree with Someone. I'll provide a link to it, however, she wraps it up really well. When you tell people they're wrong, you shut them down. There is no conversation and there is no influence. How do you create a culture of open communication and valuing diverse views and perspectives in your workplace?